The silent scream, the disappearance of Lillian Hayes. The last time anyone saw Lillian Hayes, she was leaving the Blue Lantern, a quiet cafe in Fairview, North Carolina. It was October 12, 2018. The security camera captured her stepping outside, adjusting her scarf, and heading to her car. She never made it home. The next morning, her abandoned car was found on a desolate stretch of Route 17. The driver's side door was ajar. Her phone lay on the passenger seat. Her keys were missing. There was no sign of a struggle, except for a single muddy footprint leading into the woods. Lillian was a 27-year-old investigative journalist with a reputation for exposing corruption. Lately, she had been working on a story about Fairview's local government. Friends described her as fearless, perhaps too fearless. Her best friend, Rachel Morrison, recalled how uneasy Lillian had been that night. She said she felt like she was being watched. Rachel told police, "I thought she was just paranoid. But now, I think she knew something was coming." Detective Marcus Rourke, a seasoned investigator, took charge of the case. As he pieced together Lillian's final hours, a troubling picture emerged. The police investigation quickly turned up multiple suspects. Gavin Stokes, Lillian's jealous ex-boyfriend, had been seen outside her apartment weeks prior. Mayor Philip Langley, the subject of her investigation, had plenty to lose if her exposé came out. Daniel Carter, a drifter with a violent history, had been spotted near Route 17 that night. Despite multiple leads, nothing solid emerged until Rachel received a chilling text from Lillian's phone 2 weeks later. It read, "Find the silent scream." The phone signal pinged from a tower 30 miles away, but by the time police arrived, there was nothing there. Desperate for answers, Rourke sifted through Lillian's notes and found a reference to an abandoned orphanage on the outskirts of town, once owned by Mayor Langley's late father. Locals called it the Silent Scream House. A search of the orphanage's basement uncovered a disturbing discovery: Lillian's blood-stained scarf, hidden beneath a rotting floorboard. Langley denied any connection, but forensic evidence suggested otherwise. Worse, a hidden room in the house contained stacks of documents, some directly tied to the corruption Lillian had been investigating. The case seemed to point to Langley, but then a new witness came forward. An elderly woman living near the orphanage reported seeing a man carrying something heavy into the woods that night. The description fit Daniel Carter. When police arrested Carter, he confessed. Langley had hired him to scare Lillian into dropping the story, but when she resisted, Carter panicked and strangled her. He buried her in the woods, beyond the initial search area. Lillian's remains were found weeks later. Langley was convicted of conspiracy to commit murder. Carter received life without parole. Justice had been served, but Fairview would never forget. Her final message, "Find the silent scream," was more than a clue. It was her last act of defiance against the corruption she had fought so hard to expose. Every year, on October 12th, candles line Route 17, a silent vigil for a voice that refused to be silenced. Even in the darkest corners, the truth will always find its way to the light.